5 minutes early, so I'm gonna stall for a couple of minutes before I get started with tonight's activities. Um, and that's just because we're gonna review some kits. And this is something I do more on my TikTok than I do over here, because I can make like short little videos going over things. But I figured it'd be a really good topic for tonight's live. Kind of go, crow, that was scary as heck. Don't do that, my dude. I had a chicken just buzz my legs and I wasn't sure what it was. Oh, we've been having fox and bear up here, so that's been fun. And she just like brushed across my legs. Freaking chicken. But yeah. Well, I do a lot of reviews of kits on my TikTok. I don't do them so much over here just because it's a quick little thing and hello, blessed with pets. Yes, you are here. How is your vacation going? I know that you're traveling and doing all your stuff. But yeah, so I figured I would hop over here and, it's a Friday night and we'll get some kits reviewed over here. And I am drinking a Diet Pepsi. I thought about drinking coffee because I enjoy coffee. Hello, Alex. How are you doing? I am stalling for a couple of minutes until it actually hits like 7 o'clock before I like actually get going on what I was supposed to be doing. Because I'm like, yeah, I'll do this thing over on my TikTok, and then I come over here and it's like, I'm early, not a good thing. Well, it's a good thing because I'm actually here. It's a bad thing because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing. So, I have 3 different litters here. I have Coco and Sadie. I have Penguin and Strawberry. Oh, that's wrong. I have doing pretty good. Got a surprise of 2 kits this morning. Heck yeah, congratulations. Those are always the best surprises. I need to redo who I was saying. I have Strawberry and Sadie, Strawberry. Yo, my brain is working. Strawberry and Sadie. And then I have Alpha and 1, and then I have my Californian kit. Here we go. Oops. I did not mean to do that when I hit the table. My brain totally just went like dead there for a second. I was like, oh my gosh, which litters do I have here? Because I have a bunch of chinchilla kits on the table, and I'm like, who's throwing chinchillas? And then I had to actually like sit there and think about it. And I'm like, Madison, the only thing that throws chinchillas in your lines are your standard lines. Why are you even thinking about this? Like my brain just totally out there for a second. Because I was also looking, and I have a Roo in that cage too, because I like my brain flipped out on who it was out of, and I'm like, who's producing a Roo? I don't have Roos. And I'm like, no, you have Himalayan colorings out of your Californians, you dumb. So my brain just totally spits out there. We are on our way home, staying will be home midday tomorrow. Nice. How was your vacation then, since you're heading home? I hope it was really good. I know you stopped in Colorado for a couple of days. So I hope it went well. But yeah, so let me see here if it's 7 o'clock. We are 2 minutes off. So I guess we'll start here. And I have so the 3 litters I have on the table. I've looked at my standards and I've looked at my Californian. The litter I haven't even touched because I've been so disappointed in this litter is Sadie and Strawberry. And it has nothing to do with like their type or anything. I'm sure they have beautiful type. It's the fact that I have 5 kits in there, and out of the 5 kits, I have 1 that isn't a type of caster, and it's a black. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna love this black. I am going to absolutely adore it. And I sexed it, right? And it's a boy. It's a boy. So let me fix this camera so you can actually see him. This guy is a boy. And unless the gender sex fairy has come around and changed their mind, it's still probably a boy. Oh yeah, that's a boy. So we have a boy, and it's the only one that isn't a caster. Hello, Jens. How are you doing? I was just complaining about the fact that out of this litter, out of Sadie, I have only 1 that isn't a caster. They can change sex. No, they can't change sex. It's a joke. A lot of times in the rabbit community, somebody will misgender a kit when they're really young. So they'll say, oh my God, this is a girl. And then 2 weeks later, they find out it's actually a boy, because sometimes for mini breeds, it's really hard to tell. Thank you. I'm fine. I'm glad you're doing fine. I'm gonna get him posed up. I haven't even tried typing these guys yet, and they're a little wild. Oh no, no, you're not late. I'm early. I haven't started yet. I was just complaining about the fact that this litter has mostly casters, except for this little black one, and it's a boy. And that makes me so sad. I would have been happy if it was a girl, but the fact that it's a boy, I don't need any more boys in my lines. And actually, type-wise, I'd like to see a little bit better here. We're dropping off on the hip, and I think it's because the high point's a little too far forward, but not horrible. The shoulder's a little long now that I'm actually okay, I don't like him. Never mind. It's doing this live is interesting because I'm gonna sit here and be like, yes, picture, yes, like it, and then I'm gonna be like, no, never mind. That's a bad habit of mine. I'll like something, and I actually have to like sit on it whether I like it or not. So let me get him posed up again, and I'll show you what I'm seeing. Cage out of the way a little bit. So you want to get him posed up. So when you pose, you want to get their little feeties behind their hips. And this is mini Rex. So right now we're doing compact types, and then we'll go over into our commercial types with the standard Rex and the Californian baby here in a minute. But for now, this little wild boy is a compact type, and we want to put the feet right under the hips, and we want something that is akin to a ball. And his hindquarters right here, they're actually really nice. I like the way they cut off right here, but the problem I'm having is his high point seems to be a little forward, a little too in front of the hip, which is giving him almost this very long looking spot right here, instead of being even all the way through. His shoulder's a bit long, even with his hip on his high point. But I will say, if you're looking at height compared to depth, he's actually pretty even, and that's pretty good when it comes to typing. I'm not horribly disappointed with him, but he's not a favorite. Like, he is not like an outstanding like member of society, but does look like he has the correct nails, and he does have the correct eye color. Now I'm going to check out his foot pads. So with the foot pads, you're looking for a tiny little V. That tiny little V will tell you whether or not his feet are going... Okay, so perfect. Okay, so his feet are very well covered. He doesn't have the V on the back of the hocks, which would indicate that they have a very low covering on their feet for fur, which would indicate later in their lifetime they would be more susceptible to sore hocks. So overall, not horrible. Love the feet covering. Love his hindquarters. Hate his shoulder. High points a little forward. And the I hate the fact that he's a boy. That's my biggest problem. And now that I'm looking at him, his ears are a bit too long too. I like to see a shorter ear on my mini Rex because he's sitting at about 2.5. Been pretty good, but I will say I'm so ready to have some alone time. 3 weeks with the fam in the same room is just a lot. I completely understand. You need milk, baby. She doesn't have. Thank you. Right. But yeah, so definitely a little disappointed with this kit, but it is what it is. So let's get moving on to, like I said, this litter I'm very disappointed with, but it's okay. And like I said, the main reason is this: they all look like this. For somebody who's breeding, like casters, it wouldn't be a big deal. Like, they're not horrible on their roughest. So, like, the top color's dark enough. They're not too orange. They're not too dark. They're a decent color. And this fawn color on the sides do shed out of my line, so they'll be a nice even color. I'm not enjoying the rings on them right now. But again, they still have baby coats. They're only 7 weeks. But I'm just not really big into casters. I only have one caster doe that's a senior. Oh, baby, what is going on with your high point? I only have one. Am I just Okay, you're okay, you are though. But yeah, so I'm really not that happy with this litter, mostly because of. Well, I'm gonna give it another reason tonight to be angry at this litter. All right, so with this kit, if you look at her, her high point is clear up here when it should be back here. And because her high point is so forward, it's throwing off the balance of this hind end and shoulder. I actually don't like her type at all by the looks of it. Her ears are better, still a bit long for what I want. Eyes are the right color. I don't like this. I'm pretty sure, is this a doe or a buck? Let's take a look here. Like I said, I haven't really... All right, so this is a little doe. She does have very nice fur coverings, though. Decent teeth. Not horrible for teeth and feet, but I hate her type. Her type is... Definitely not going to be keeping her in a breeding program, is going to call. The rabbits you're disappointed with won't stay. No, they won't stay. Mostly because I don't want to keep them in my lines, and I don't feel comfortable sending them to another breeder when their type is so bad. But she's a cute running type. If she was a running type, we wouldn't be too disappointed. But she's a compact type, and her high point's way too far forward. I like Diet Pepsi. So yeah, not liking that doe. I have 2 more in this litter. Let's take a look. So this doe, even if she has the best type in the world, won't be staying in any program, and that's because she has no nose mark. I think it's a doe. It might be a buck. Let me check here. I actually, I have my snake breeders looking for a doe for their program. So I might see if they want her if her type's really good. Because they don't care about markings. They just want pinkies for their, yep, that's a doe. They just want pinkies for their snake program. Let's see here. Actually, not too bad on type. A little long in the shoulder. So as you can see, her shoulder starts here and goes up to here. So we have a bit long in the shoulder. But if we're looking at her hips, she has a nice, correct high point going off into a nice back end slope. She's a cute little doe, to be honest. I love her ear set. Her head carriage is nice. If she had a nose marking, I'd be a lot more pleased with her. Makes me sad I'm done breeding. You can always get into it some other time. Maybe, trying different stock, maybe, looking at other things. There's always a tomorrow when it comes to breeding. Like when I was younger and I was in 4-H, I didn't breed. I just did the show thing. And then as an adult, I got back into it while we were in the apartment after the army. And I say back into it, but I spent so much time researching and doing other 4-H projects with kids while I was an adult. And hi, you are chill. And she does have this little spot right here, right? It's almost like this little French mark, but it's not forward enough to be considered a nose mark. I do love how chill she is, though. Just look at that. She is so calm. Oh my goodness, you're sweet. I love her temperament. She's a little long in the shoulder. Don't like the nose mark. I do like her ear set. When it comes to depth, do you have a lot of litters at the moment? This litter looks cute. So it would be cuter if they weren't all casters because I'm getting out of casters. Right now, in front of me, I have 3 litters. In the barn, I have 5 active. 5? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have 5 active litters in the barn. Or 6. No. Let's see. Penguin, Californian, Silver Fox, 1, 4, 5, 4, 5, and Sadie. So 5 active litters. I should be having more babies in the next 2 weeks. Okay, yeah, her depth is as wide as her height. She's not a bad doe. Too bad she's a caster. Like I said, I'm getting out of casters. They don't do well on the tables. Her foot coverings look nice. Correct eye colors. Nails look good. And teeth look good. So for 7 weeks, not too bad. But yeah. Ta-da! Look at that. He's so cute. I will say, she is very sweet. She'll do good as a breeder, I think, but not in my program because I am getting out of casters. And she has a nice hindquarter. I just don't like her shoulder much. All right. This is the one I'm thinking about keeping. Not gonna lie. This little doe right here. So as you can see, she has a butterfly across the face, so she's already there. I like her rufous. Her ears are about the right size, and if we look at type here, she has some of the move up a little, baby. There we go. So she has a really nice type, to be honest. So the whole point in my breeding system is I will replace a kit who is better than their mom. That's just how it works. And she's actually a nice type. And if I'm going to keep a caster in my breeding program, I'm at least going to keep a better caster than the one I have. And I am looking at getting rid of Sadie just because her rufous is wrong. She's too orange. She is a high rufous caster, which basically means that she doesn't have any black on her coat like these do. So the ticking on this coat on the caster is black, which is a more correct type. On her, she has no top ticking, so she looks red or orange. It's a really pretty color, but it's not cohesive to the standard of perfection. And it is fixed when you take a high Rufus caster and you breed it with a black-based rabbit, which is why we have these more correct Rufus rabbits here. And again, this fawn on the side is going to shed out. So let me verify this is still a doe, because I've been eyeballing her for a little while now. Because, like I said, I wanted to keep that little black. Yeah, that's still a doe. Let me check teeth. Teeth look good. Feet look great. This is a little doe I'm looking at keeping from this litter. She hasn't got a name yet. I gotta name her. But again, I like her. I like her headset. I like her ear size. She has a very cute face, very, very balanced between the ears and the face into the body. Like I said, I think she actually has the best shoulder out of this entire litter. Let's see here. Yeah, she has the best shoulder out of this entire litter. As you can see, her shoulder is very short. It gives a more round look to the rabbit. And her hindquarters could use a bit more work right here. She's a little pinched up here. She almost looks like she has hip dips. But she's only a little thinner this way as she is this way. So that will help fill out as she gets older. I'll definitely see within the next couple weeks. Again, she's only 7 weeks, so she's going to gain a lot more weight. But that's kind of what I have for this group. Again, this is our only group of mini Rex. So now we're going to move on to commercial type. And our favorite naughty. Chow Chow! That was probably loud and I apologize. So Chow Chow. As always, we love our little Chowy girl. She's probably going to start chewing on the blanket. As y'all know, we are keeping Chow Chow in our program. She is bad. She is naughty. I'm pretty sure she has pica. But she is staying in our program as a breeding doe. And that's just because even if I hate her type, she is our bloodline to George. She also likes to run away while I'm trying to drink my pop. Naughty. Almost as naughty as Lulu. All right. So, boop-a-doo. So as we talked about before, this is no longer a compact type. This is a commercial type. And she's a little wild, which is her mother's. She has a very gray, almost Californian white look to her. She is a little bugger. But she is growing out really nice size-wise. Your adult's growing well, also a lot in your butcher barn. I have 2 in the butcher barn, but I have 5 I'm looking at butchering from my last litters. I'm just waiting for them to get a little more weight. And it also gets into my conversation of I have a little standard doe. Her name is 2, and I was really on the fence about keeping her. And then I watched this litter I'm about to show you grow out compared to her. I'll just show you. I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. Give me 2 seconds to go grab Charlie. Because Charlie is my biggest disappointment today. And him and his sister, actually. Let me show you this. Because it's annoying. It's aggravating, but it's made my decision for me. All right. This is Charlie, right? Charlie is 2 months old. Oh, well, no, 3 months old now. He's 3 months old now. Be fine size-wise if he was a mini, but he is a standard. I'm back, Charlie. That right there is a 2-month-old standard out of 1. And they are only off of each other by about half a pound. And I don't like it. Meaning that I don't like what this doe is producing with Charlie. So I'm thinking about culling out 2, putting Charlie back in his cage. I'm thinking about culling out 2 because she's not producing the kind of litters I want. The litters aren't large enough, and it's aggravating. So I'm going to cull out 2. That's for sure. I'm going to keep 1, and then I'm going to keep a baby out of 1. Hello, Jenna. Distracted and was complaining about one of my standard does. So let me show you what I'm absolutely obsessing over. All of the ones I'm about to show you are all does. I got an entire litter of does. Entire litter, 7 does plus chow chow, 8 does in all. And look at these gorgeous, gorgeous chinchillas. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this litter, y'all. You have no idea how, like, I will keep every single doe out of this litter if it meets the standard of perfection. I will die. I will be, oh my God, I will be so happy. And like I said, every single one of them are does, and they are growing out beautiful. Their fur is lush, and their ring, like these guys, there we go. I'm back. No, these guys are 3 weeks old. I don't know why I said they were 2 months weeks old. That's what I was saying. So these guys are 3 weeks old, very nice looking, very great on grow out size. I'm very super excited about them. And their little ears are adorable. And I have them separated actually to 2 moms, even though it's 1 litter. And that's because Tati lost, or rather, so she had 1, and then we found a stillbirth kit underneath all the, what's it called? Bedding. So she only had that 1 live kit. So we gave her extra. I tried posing them yet. Like I said, they're babies, but I am liking what I'm seeing so far if she holds still. I said, I will happily keep every single one in this line. Ha ha ha. I say that, but my barn space does not say that. So I'm going to shoot myself in my foot. Be like, yeah, I want to keep all of them. Live chat. All right, there we go. So, yeah. I'm sorry. I love chinchillas. They are my favorite color when it comes to Rex. I will say in this litter, we had one that wasn't a chinchilla, but it's still a girl. A little broken black. She can be 2's replacement. She'll be 2.0. 2.0. I think that's funny. I don't know why. Like I said, these guys are itty bitty babies. I will say that 2's markings are more clean than this little doe's. She has a lot of smattering in her saddle pattern, but as long as she has correct type, you see here about her foot coverings. I always worry about Rex when it comes to foot pads. You got babies. Okay, nice. Not as thick as that mini Rex group right there, but still pretty good. Of course, the mini Rex group is older. Yep, you're still a girl. Nails look good. What do your teeth look like? No malocclusions, right? No malocclusions. Pretty perfect teeth. This is our only one in that chinchilla group that wasn't a chinchilla. I have broken, but I have silver fox. I'd be thrilled to find a broken silver fox. I love broken silver fox. The problem is my barn space, and they don't have a COD out yet. The only COD that we have out currently is on blues. Stop chewing on me. So I am I still breeding blue silver fox? You betcha, because as soon as that COD is approved by the ARBA, I will be showing them. But I think silver fox in general are gorgeous. I should have pulled my silver fox litter out, but I didn't. But I do love the broken silver foxes. I don't see them bred much, to be honest. Of course, I see the blacks, I see the blues, I see the chocolates. Every once in a blue moon, I'll see a lilac. And the only broken I've seen is on Teal Stone Homestead. They had a broken silver fox for a while. I'm not sure if they still have it or not. The 2 in the butcher barn have also mistakes. When are they going to get set into camp? Yes, so their mistakes are they don't grow fast enough, and one has a conjuncted eye that it couldn't get rid of because of nest box eye, so now it has moon eye. And also her type is horrible. But for whatever reason, she was prone to nest box eye, and even with I hate lops. I'm sorry, I hate lops. I don't like lops. Also, I don't understand head carry. They're like the carriage on top. They've tried to explain it to me a million times. It just goes over my head, and I'm okay with that. I love watching the hop competitions, and I love seeing them judged, and I heavily eavesdropped the judges on them, but I still don't understand them. But yeah, they'll be sent to. So all of these litters, I can say for sure, are going to be culled by October 1st because that's my hard date for deciding who to get rid of for winter. So all adults, all kits, as long as they are of appropriate size. I don't know why you're chewing on me, baby. Do you need salt lick or something? Um, by October 1st, I'll know who I'm culling and I'll have them called out. But other than that, some of them I might cull earlier. I'm on the fence about Lemon. Lemon's my buck like this, but is like quadruple the size of her. I might keep him long enough to breed to 1. But other than that, or breed to I'm thinking about breeding him to Emma and Lizzie. That's enough because he should be old enough to breed them by then, and they're 3 months old, so they need another at least 3 months to mature out. But yeah, okay. Let me introduce y'all to Alpha Junior and Alpha Junior 2 because guys, look at the pretty baby. Ooh, it's an Alpha Junior. It's an Alpha Junior. Look at them. I have 2 broken chinchillas, and why are you blowing coat? Oh, that's a gorgeous tipping. So I have 2 in here that look like their dad and look like Alpha, and I'm so excited for it. And I don't like your high point though. Let's see here. And you're a little tucked on the back end, but of course you are a 4 or a 3-week-old, 4-week-old baby, so your type is probably. I don't like this one's type. Let me flip it to the other side because sometimes they're just sitting weird because they don't know how to pose yet. That's a bit better. Yeah, that's a bit better. I still don't like where the high point is. It's a little flat. So, well, then again, I'm also looking at compact. It's a little flat. So, and because I don't have the weoomp, it's a little too flat for my liking. I mean, I'm still in love by the fact that it looks like a little Alpha. Let me try the other broken chinchilla doe. Like I said, these are all doe. Doe, I'd be the other one that looks like Alpha. Not quite as balanced on the face as the other broken kit, but I do like this one's ear to head ratio better. Yeah, that's better on type. Much more rounded on that hindquarter. I'd like to breed again, but I want them to be indoors in large pens, and I don't know how that would work. As somebody who's bred inside before, it's a lot of work. That's how it works. It's a lot of maintenance. A lot of maintenance. A lot of urine preventions when it comes to the walls. Mine like to spray the walls a lot, so I had to get urine guards. I was cleaning the cages out a lot, like more than daily. I was like cleaning them out 2 times a day at least. And that was with litter training, just because otherwise it would stink up the apartment. It was not fun. I prefer them to be outside, because if they spray the wall, it's not a big deal. Okay, so type-wise, not too horrible. Like I said, these guys are young still, so I'm not overly worried about them. Oh, I love the little Alpha Juniors. I love the little Alpha Juniors. They're so cute. Look how cute. They're so cute. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. She's like, let me go. They're itty bitty babies, so they are definitely not the happiest with being handled yet. They aren't used to my shenanigans, but they have some really nice density on their fur. Like their bounce back is absolutely fantastic for this age. Like I said, this litter of Alpha and 1 is probably the best standard litter that I have had so far. So I'm super happy with it. Like elated by it. So I'm like, I have my mini Rex, which I'm like about right now because I don't like that litter. And then I look at my like standards and I'm like, oh my god, they're such good babies. So that's always wonderful. But other than that, I mean, when it comes down to it, let me grab one of these solid chinchillas out of the side that I haven't looked at yet. I have 4 like solids. This one is a chunk, and I think it's the biggest out of both cages, to be honest. And let's see, get her to pose correctly here. Like I said, babies don't like to be posed, and because they're so young, I'll tell you what I like. I really like the chocolate chinchillas, and it'd be nice if they would become standard, like if we could get a COD out on them. But Rex is having so much trouble getting chinchilla, like enough chinchilla lines at nationals, that they're talking about taking away like chinchilla and it makes me sad. And I will go in with every single chinchilla. Like, if I go in with every single chinchilla right now, I still wouldn't meet it by myself. But maybe with the help of another breeder, we can get all of them in. Because like right now I have 6 right here. Alpha makes 7. I will take 7 chinchilla Rex, 2 nationals, and then I'm just gonna need somebody to arrive on the back end with more chinchillas. That way we can keep this color in the standard of perfection. Because if this standard of perfection goes away and I lose my entire lines because people aren't breeding them anymore, I'm going to cry. Because I absolutely love chinchillas. They're just so beautiful. And my babies are gorgeous. They're just so gorgeous. And like I said, they at a month are about a pound. Like I said, they're about 3-4 weeks old. They're at a pound. So I'm very happy with that. And I'll see a doubling of that weight in the next month. So by the time they reach 8 weeks, they should be around 3-4 pounds by 12 weeks, which I'm completely happy with. It would suck losing a line. Yes, it sucks so much losing a line. Hello, how are you doing? Like, especially the amount of work I put, like, I say this having some of the rarest color lines. All of my colors I actually focus on are up for removal, meaning in the next year or 2 or 3, basically till 2025. If they can't get enough, and now, wow, thank you for reconnecting, phone. Thank you for your service. I'm gonna go grab Lulu. Because I'll show you all another color I'm working on that is also looking at being removed because there aren't enough breeders. And if this one gets removed, I'll be less upset than my chinchillas, but I'll still be pretty upset. Because everybody's gonna be sick of seeing this doe by the time I'm done with her. Everyone's gonna be like, Madison, find a new favorite doe. I'm gonna be like, no, I can't. Okay, she's perfect. I don't know how to deal with culling. I had a mental breakdown when my 2 does passed away. I'm still pretty messed up about it. Yeah, culling is difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It's something you have to kind of get used to and build up to. The longer you do this, the easier it is to kind of move on from those moments. It's still hard losing something. Like, if one of my animals like dies unexpectedly, I'm a wreck. Like, for instance, if I were to find Lulu dead in her cage tomorrow, I'd be inconsolable. Are you going to fatten up the rabbits you're disappointed in? Yeah, of course. I will get them up to appropriate size, and then I will butcher them out, probably about 6 months for the mini. Lighting. Go, good girl. This is another color that's looking at getting removed from the SOP because there aren't a million more link space. Which one is Lulu? Is that the one? Yes. Blessed with Pets. This is the one you named. She is the top for type in my barn right now for does. Her type is just outstanding. She's a little lynx. I'm on the fence about taking her to show next week. She's kind of on the fence for junior for size. She's a little underweight. So I'm hoping she makes weight. But I don't think she will. Not for this show, but I'll still get her into a couple of junior shows before we take her to take her up. I'd love to take her to nationals this year coming up as a senior. See how she does in the lynx competition. I don't think she is going to be competitive against like black based. So anything nationals that like solid black or black. But I think she would do really well up in a lynx competition because like I'm not delusional, right? Refined for years and years and years are going to beat me out when it comes to colors like this. Because of how much hard work it takes to get a good rabbit out of this compared to something that's been worked on forever. I'm not delusional. But if I can get best of group and best of variety, I will be overjoyed. Like, that's I'll be fine with that. And with Lulu being a lynx, that would be one more number for us. Aw, she looks like the lighter version of my Lulu that passed. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure she was an opal. I think you had an opal. She's a lynx, so it's a little different than an opal. A little bit lighter on top. She looks like an opal right now just because of the coloring. But yes, this is the one you did name. So, in honor of your Lulu. But this Lulu, I'm very excited to get her in a show ring. She has an amazing disposition. As you can see, you just kind of put her places and she stays. I like her density. She has a great density. I'd love her to have more depth. She is a little light on the depth, but again, with her age, she'll definitely fill out more. I was looking at pictures of her at 7 weeks compared to 10 weeks compared to 12 weeks compared to now at about 13 weeks, and she has had a glow up. Oh my gosh, the amount she has improved in that time period. I'm so impressed by how well she looks. She is just, for a lynx, just a gorgeous, gorgeous bun. And again, I'll get her posed up here so you can kind of get an idea. We've been working on posing with her because, she is going to be a spectacular little show bun. So when we get her all posed up, gosh, I'm so torn on reading. Take some time from it if you need time. Learn all you can, do some research, go to some shows. Don't rush into it. And, just sit on it. If it's something you really enjoy, it's worth waiting on if if you want to do it. Heck, I waited 7 years before I got back into rabbits, just with the army and everything. Date the RBA, I was still, like, researching things. So the longer you take as a break, as long as you're still looking into things and as long as you're still learning, you're not missing out. Now, is this more fun than researching? Of course. Having the rabbits in hand is always more fun. Isn't that right, Lulu? Isn't that right, Lulu? But, it's definitely worth it in the long run. Yes, it is. Hello. Please don't bite my nose. That would be unfortunate. This girl is so sweet. Like I said, an attachment to her, so. And this is one of those, like, breeders I am going to get heavily attached to. So, yay for that. I will say, at some point, I would love, when she gets a little older, I really would love to breed her to Strawberry, because she's not related to Strawberry in the least of bits. She's out of my buck Coco and my doe Solstice. So I will never get that pairing again. That pairing is obsolete because we butchered out Coco a few months ago, and this was the very last of his litter, or litters, and I will say by far this is the best kit he has ever produced. So it's unfortunate that I don't have him anymore, but having this doe as a replacement for him is outstanding. And like I said, I absolutely love her fur. She is so dense and type. And she's such a love bug. Of course, I have been working super hard on getting her show ready, table ready, basically to sit and stay as she's being handled and to pose up just really gorgeously under pressure. And like I said, she is legit. I'm absolutely in love with her, and I'm excited to see what the judges say because she is stunning. We'll just have to see if she is stunning enough to entertain them or not. I will say, well, her rings aren't bad. I was going to complain about her rings, but they're pretty balanced. They're pretty even. She has a nice little... Like I said, she needs to fill out a little bit more. Like I said, she could fill out a bit more here and on her loin. But again, with how young she is, she definitely has a lot more time to grow and adjust and get better. And I will say, I absolutely also enjoy how petite she is, because as a lot of you know, my mini lines are reverting to standard lines, and some of them, like Penguin. Penguin is 7 pounds. No, I'm not kidding. My mini Rex is 7 pounds. Yep. Penguin's going to be replaced soon, or maybe I'll just move her over to the standard side of the barn. I don't know why she's like that. Her siblings are 3 and 4 pounds, and then out of that litter, like Penguin's like a chunk, and it's not like she's a little. You also have cats. No. I feel it. I feel the plight that is Penguin. You know what? Let me get Penguin out here for you. Let me go get Penguin for you, and y'all can see what I am talking about when I joke about the sheer size of Penguin. She is huge. And I don't know why. Well, I know why now, because she has a litter with her and they're being free-fed. I know, mamas. I know. Here you go. Loud noises. She's being free-fed, so it's not helping matters, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want this doe to lose condition. And when you play the I don't want them to lose condition game, they're definitely not going to lose condition when they're being free-fed. So let me grab her, and I will show you. I was getting her out earlier because I was measuring her and weighing her and making sure that her milk was drying up appropriately. And because oh, I love this girl. So, and this is her first litter, and of course I want to keep breeding her, but she's huge. This is Penguin. Look how big she is. Look how massive this mini Rex is. She is a mini Rex, and she is the size of my body. And she's also not happy that I took her away from her food, but she is massive. Like, look how long she is. She is the size of a standard Rex. I know she's not, because her mom and dad, her dad was 3 pounds. Her mom was 3.5 pounds. I don't know. I don't know what in the dwarf gene this is. Like, she is huge for a mini. So she's never going to show, but she is a really good mom, and her babies are appropriate in size. Like, they're really petite. They're really small. They are to standard, and they're what I expect for mini Rex. Her babies are great, but she herself, like, I'll show you her full sister, right? I'm going to show you Sadie, who also has a litter, who's only 3.5 pounds in comparison. Like, I'll show you Sadie, who is freaking out because her babies are not in her cage, as I was reviewing them. Here, Sadie girl. Alright, so, now compare that to Sadie. Petite, perfect. This is her full sister. I can't decide if I want to, because I don't want them on wire cages, but I don't love cleaning litter boxes. I know I'm going to at least keep one as a pet for a while and see how it goes. So, as somebody who was raised on wire and on bottom cages, wire is a lot more sanitary and a lot less work. So it depends on what you want to do and how you want to handle things. I advise the wire. It is easier, and it's easier to like control disease and waste management and all that. But yeah, look at the size of Sadie. Look how tiny she is in comparison to how big Penguin was, and they're full sisters out of the same litter. So I have no idea. This is my last caster in my barn, who has horrible rufous that I was talking about earlier. Like, she is so cute. She is so adorable, and she is so sweet. And her type is outstanding. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't like her fur. Like, she's too orange. But she's a sweetheart, and I love how, like, tiny she is. And her head-to-ear ratio is just so perfect. She's such a baby doll. I absolutely love this little doe. And like, I'm on the fence, like, because I'm like, I don't want her anymore because she keeps producing casters, and it's not what I want in my barn. I'm trying to work on my broken black lines for my daughter, and I'm trying to work on my blue lines for myself. Wire allows airflow and easily cleaning. No urine scald. Yes. Airflow is amazing. Urine scald, if you've never seen urine scald, look it up. Urine scald is absolutely horrible. It's so hard to treat, and it's so painful because it's a chemical burn. And it's so easy to manage on wire compared to if you try to manage it on a solid bottom. But yeah, I love this little doe. Look at her. She's just so sweet and soft. She's just so sweet. She's also wondering where her treats are, because I never get her out without treats because I'm always worried about her condition. So, yes. Perfection, perfection, perfection. Like, look at this little girlie. Look at her. Just gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Now, if only she was a different color, and then I would keep her for longer. But, like I said, I'm going to see if anyone wants her as a proven doe, because she does have She does have legs under her. I just haven't been happy with them outside because I could tell how much happier my bunnies were since they've been given space indoors. But so you can manage them outside and give them. I think the biggest problem that your buns have is the fact that you're in Louisiana and it's the devil's boot, which means it's hot and it's humid. You could easily manage them to be happier, so to speak, in air conditioned outside. And I think that's the main problem that you were having with a lot of your issues was how hot it is down in Louisiana. And rabbits are cold weather breeds, and they do not do well in heat. So the longer you have them in heat, the less happy they are, the harder they are to manage. My rabbits right now aren't happy, and it's only 80 degrees in the day. Right now it's about 70, so it's dropped a bit. But, it's one of the reconnecting. There we go. Get you all set up so I can get these babies back to their mom. Well, y'all, look how nice her coat's coming back in. She doesn't look like a bald, naked mole rat anymore. She just looks like a shaving down Angora, which is a lot better. Like, her molt was so horrible this year. And I don't know why. And we have Beelzebub, B-Ball, Miss B-Ball, our little Vienna marked blue who likes to chew on fingers. So, yeah, and if y'all were on my TikTok earlier this week, you saw what Raven looked like when she was first blowing fur. It was horrible. And not like mildly horrible, like horrible, like naked mole rat horrible. She took molting very, very seriously. And it was ridiculous. But now that she is looking better, I was freaking out. I'm not going to lie. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm misdiagnosing what this is. Maybe she actually has something like mites or something. And we got her checked out and everything. We run a couple tests on her. And no, it wasn't mites. It was, quite honestly, she was just molting horribly. Oh, come here, Mama. So I'm going to get the babies back in with their mamas. Not that this mama cares. Tati's like, oh no, you're bringing my children back. Please don't. Which I feel on a spiritual level. Like when my parents take my children for like an hour or so, I'm like, no, you keep them for longer. Like, I love my children, don't get me wrong, but I could use a nap. Which I got the youngest down for bed, and the oldest is watching, what's it called? Mira the Royal Detective. Have y'all watched Mira the Royal Detective? It is a really cute, get out of my way, ducky duck, thank you. It's a really cute show. I really like it. But my daughter gets into like the great details of Mira the Royal Detective. And it's a thing. Like, she has to explain the entirety of it and how it works. And it gets quite ridiculous because it's like, I've seen this episode like 20 times. How's the Vienna marked Harlequin? A lot together, nice. The Vienna marked Harlequin, she's doing good. Daisy is awesome. My sister has still called dibs on her. Come here, Daisy. As y'all know, she is a keep. She has some pretty good type. I don't like how long, she is a little long in the shoulder, so I might just breed her to Strawberry and keep one of her Vienna marked kits, depending on what they produce, but she's doing good. Isn't that right, Daisy? And her ears are long as heck, but I am excited to have her. Again, I'm probably going to breed her to Strawberry, and then I will, my one little sister, Nikki, wants to keep her as a pet. So she's probably only going to stay with us for about a year, and then she'll be going to my younger sister as a perma pet. And she's so cute. Let's say, she has stolen the hearts and minds of everyone on the farm. She's an infiltrator, but she is a huge sweetheart. When she wants to be. Yeah, right, Bubba. Let's say, she's a little wiggly. I was messing with them earlier, so she probably wants to get the heck away from me because I was posing them and messing with them and trying to get better pictures of them for my logs and notes. They're also, no, this isn't my butcher barn. This is just my breeding barn. And Daisy won't be going to butcher. Daisy is going to be a pet when I'm done with her. like I said, I'm only going to get 1 or 2 litters out of her until I get a nice looking little Vienna kit out of her and Strawberry. Or at least that's the goal. And then she'll go to her new home because that's just how it works. I just saw a comment come up that I missed. Live chat. What's your favorite breed currently? Oof, that's a hard question. So if we're talking like functionality, it's Silver Fox. They're very functional. I love how sweet they are. They're amazing. If we're talking about our tried and trues, it's of course Mini Rex. With that being said, when it comes to how functional they are not. They are not functional at all because, as you know, they don't get very big, or they shouldn't get very big, and they take forever to grow out. So it's one of those things where I love my Mini Rex. Someday I may not breed them. Like, let's say I had to move and go into the city where I could only have 10 cages. I would probably get rid of all my Mini Rex. Just because if I needed meat, they're not a good option. So, which sucks because I have worked so long on them. I would also get rid of my Californians. And I would probably just stick to my Rex, like Emma here, and my Silver Fox. And then I would probably, knowing how I am, transition completely out of Rex and just stick with Silver Fox. Notice how Champagne des Argents were not in that mix, and that is because Miss Belle, the cage I'm leaning on here, still the bane of my existence. I still hate that doe. I need that doe, and I hate her. But it's okay. I bred her again. We're trying again. If she doesn't catch, I'll figure it out. I'm just go figure it out. Because, you know, she's something else. And I can't do anything about it. She had a litter of 4, where only 1 survived and it eventually died. And then the rest of the time, she has given me a Zeto. So I tried an experimental breeding with her 3 weeks ago. Next week, she gets a litter box. She gets a litter box. Not a litter box, a nesting box. Haha. So it's Belle, 2, Solstice, and Hawk all get nesting boxes. So if they all took, we'll have 4 new sets of babies coming up in the next week or so. So Solstice and 2 will stay in their small cages until the kits are 3 weeks old, and we can put them into larger cages without the fear of them falling through the holes. But we will need to move Hawk and Belle into larger cages so they have room for their nesting box and room for, like, not only just them, but, oh, hello, Beelzebub. Hello, little Bee-Ball. Hello, my Bee-Ball. Do you want to get out and cuddle? My little oddball. My little misshapen miscreant. I love Bee-Ball. What's your favorite rabbit? My favorite rabbit. I'm not allowed to choose Strawberry because Strawberry is not mine. Right now, probably Emma. I say as she tries to run. Come here, Emma. Come here, Mama. She's like, no, I don't want to be poked and prodded and pulled. Probably this one right here. This is Emma. She is a standard Rex doe. She's about 3 months old, and she is more than halfway to her adult size at 3 months old. And she is just gorgeous. She's a little black otter. She's super sweet. And I love this little doe. She's fun to play with. And she's just fun to snuggle up to and love on because even though she didn't want to get out of her cage right there, because I haven't fed right. Thank you. She is gorgeous. I cannot take credit for her, though. She is new to the barn, new to our line. She's actually an outcross for our standard line out of 777 Rabbitry. Her dad was their doe Maleficent. Or not. Her mom was their doe Maleficent. And I forget who their dad is on the pedigree, but nice. Yes, I love the otters. And then her sister Lizzie is also here because they had a couple. I was on the fence and I really wanted, and I was like, I only need one out crossing. I only need one. So I'll show you Lizzie. Lizzie is her sister. I don't like her as much. What's my favorite mini Rex color? Blue-eyed white. Blue-eyed white is my favorite mini Rex color. Your toenail is digging into me, girl, and I just trimmed your toenails this week. But this is Lizzie. This is her sister. She's also an otter, but she's a chocolate, which is the dilute of black. Man, look at her. She's gorgeous, too. She's not as friendly, though, and she hates me. Okay, she maybe doesn't hate me. She just doesn't like being picked up, and we're still working on it. Not as friendly as her sister. But yeah, these are out of Triple Stabbins Rabbitry. And they're genetic outcrosses for my standard lines. I'll be breeding them to alpha here in a few months to get big babies. Hopefully big chinchilla babies. That's the goal. I want to use them in my chin lines. And if I get, if I get some otters in here, it won't be a big deal. And I am on the fence right now about if I want to keep my mini lines. Don't get me wrong. I love my mini Rex. But when it comes to the amount of cages I have and how I do things, like I am on the line right now on whether or not I actually want to keep breeding mini Rex, which is an insane thought for me because mini Rex are like my thing. But when it comes down to it, they're just not very sustainable on a homestead. And if the prices of things keep going up like they are, I cannot keep saying that they're going to be profitable in any kind of way. In fact, they're kind of feed dumps because I can't really push them out for the size that I can my standards. And for those of you who are new here and are cringing every time I say standard Rex, I know. We are not the European club. I get it. With that being said, it's a way to differentiate them for people who confuse lines, because the amount of times somebody has tried to sell me a Rex and it was a mini Rex has driven me to madness, along with other things, of course. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing right now. Well, my earbud just died. Y'all still hear me? I hope y'all can still hear me because it died. But I have been on for about an hour now, which means I should probably get off, feed my animals, get the cleaning done, go to bed, all of that good stuff. But I don't know. I'm pretty pleased with what I have in the barn right now. It definitely needs work on some ends of it, don't get me wrong. Like, I still have some that I'm kind of, like, on the fence of if I want to keep or not, and which lives I want to keep, if I want to stay in the mini Rex, or if I just want to keep a breeding pair for my daughter. So, I don't know. I don't know. I do this every year. I'm like, this is the year I get rid of my mini Rex. Love the lives. Thanks for doing them. Of course, like, my lives are some of my favorite videos to do on my channel, just because I get to, like, hop on, say hi to everyone, see how everyone's doing. Yeah, the sound's muffled because my earphones have died, and I was just saying how I was going to get off here because my earphones have died. No sound at all? Okay. Let me get out of here where the fan is. Alright, can you hear me? Yeah, my earphone died, which means I'm going to have to get off here because that's how I keep my audio. Can y'all hear me a little bit better out of the barn away from the fan? Like I said, I am going to get off here because, I don't want the quality to go down. Yes, easier use as well. Okay, perfect. Say goodbye then, and I just wanted to... I thought you said you died. Did you die or did you not die? Yes. Okay, so again, thank you all so much for hanging out with me this Friday night. I really appreciate it, and I do have fun with these. In case you all are wondering, I do try to make it out here every single Friday night at Mountain Standard Time, 7 p.m. So I will see y'all next week. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to awkwardly press the exit button because that's what I always do.